Welcome to Money Sense, where I empower Christians to achieve financial wellness. In this video, we'll be discussing an important topic, which is saving for retirement from a faith-based perspective. We'll explore how biblical principles can guide your retirement planning journey and help you make wise financial decisions. Let's dive in. Retirement planning is essential for everyone, but as Christians, we have a unique opportunity to align our financial goals with our faith. By following biblical principles, you can ensure that your retirement savings not only provide for your needs and the needs of your family, but also honor God and support His work. In Proverbs 21:20, it says, "In the house of the wise are stores of choice food and oil, but the foolish man devours all he has." In this verse, it teaches us the importance of saving and planning for the future. In Proverbs 30:25, it says, "Ants, they aren't strong, but they store up food for the summer." And this verse teaches us that we can look at God's creation and learn about preparing for our futures. As Christians, we are called to be good stewards of the resources that God has entrusted to us. This includes our finances. By planning for retirement, we demonstrate responsible stewardship and ensure that we can continually support ourselves, our families, and our ministries in the future. Now that we've discussed biblical principles, let's take a look at some practical steps for our faith-based retirement planning. The first step that you need to take is to determine how much money you will need to maintain your desired lifestyle when you retire. In order to do this, you should consider factors such as how much money you'll need for housing, transportation, healthcare, and generous giving. Your next step in planning for retirement is to assess your current retirement trajectory by seeing how much money you are on track to receive from things like your pension, Social Security, 401k, 403b, your IRA, Social Security, and your savings and investments. After you assess your retirement trajectory, then you need to determine whether or not you are on the right track. If you're on the right track, then keep doing what you're doing. But if you're not on the right track, then it's time to start making some adjustments. Now it's time for you to come up with a plan for how you will reach your financial retirement goals. This strategy should be reflected in your monthly budget. If you do not have a pension plan that will cover your desired income when you retire, then you should be saving at least 10 to 20% of your gross income towards your retirement. The more money you save, the more money you'll have. A common misconception is that you should wait until you make more money to begin saving for retirement. You should start saving as soon as possible so that you do not miss out on compound interest. For example, if you save and invest $1,000 into an index fund like the S&P 500 at the age of 20, when you're 65 years old, that $1,000 investment would be worth over $70,000. That's why it's so important to get started saving and investing early. On the flip side, if you invest $10,000 into an index fund like the S&P 500 at the age of 50, when you're 65 years old, that $10,000 investment would be worth only about $40,000, which is why you shouldn't wait to invest in your retirement. You can begin investing in your retirement as soon as you turn 18 years old. I would encourage everyone to start as early as possible, even if it's just $100 a month. $100 a month when you're 18, 19, or 20, it goes a long way. So I want everyone to get started investing in their retirement in their 20s if you are able to. That way, you're not playing catch up once you get older, and you're able to get all of that compound interest, which makes your money grow exponentially. And the easiest way for you to become a millionaire is to just slowly invest over time. I know there's many people out there on the internet and YouTube saying, here go 5 tips and tricks to get rich or become a millionaire. The easiest way to become a millionaire and the most sustainable way is to just continually invest a little bit of money at a time. And the earlier you get started, the more money you will have. And then a big tip for you when planning for retirement for anyone that's a homeowner is to pay off a home by the time you retire. The biggest expense that you will have when you retire will most likely be the home that you live in. So if you retire, that's not a good time to want to upgrade a home or buy a new home, because usually your income decreases a little bit when you retire. But if you already have your mortgage paid off, or you have the goal of paying off your mortgage by the time you retire, then that's a big expense that you do not have to worry about. And all that additional money you would have been putting into a mortgage, instead, you can keep that money and put it into your pocket or spend it however you would like. Oftentimes, we celebrate when people buy a home. We need to do more celebrations about when people pay a home off, because that's when you're able to take that additional cash and it becomes discretionary income that you're able to do what you want with. When determining how much money you will need when you retire, what you'll really need to do is look at what is your lifestyle expectation. I know some people that when they retire, they don't want to do anything. They want to stay at home, bake and cook, and maybe they have their kids come over or their grandchildren come over, and they just spend family time. They don't want an expensive car. They don't want to go on nice vacations. They don't want to do a lot. They just want to be at home with family. That person would not need as much money as someone else who says they want to travel the world and they want to see everything, right? And then you have some people on the flip side that say they want a really nice car when they retire. And so what you have to determine for yourself are, what are your lifestyle expectations when you retire? Are you wanting a new home? Are you wanting a new car? Are you wanting to travel? What are those things that you're going to spend money on? And that's going to help you determine how much money you'll need in the future. And then remember that we're always fighting against inflation. So the amount you need today when you retire is not the amount that you will need in 20, 30, or even 40 years from now, because you will need a lot more. And another advice that I have for you is to plan to be generous with your money and with your income. You don't want to retire to where once you retire, you have barely enough money to scrape by. You want to have enough money so you can be generous, whether it be to family or friends, but especially when it comes to continually carry out the mission that you have at your church and your local congregation, to be able to support that church so that they can continually thrive, that they can grow, and that they can carry out the mission that God has for us. I don't want us to retire and have just enough to get by. I want us to have a lot that we can be able to turn around and give it to others as well. So when you're making your retirement plans, make sure that you are planning to be generous and give generously. So thanks for watching this video, which is all about saving money and saving for retirement from a faith-based Christian perspective, being good stewards with our finances. And I want you to continually watch this channel and watch the next video, which is going to talk to us all about investing. It's one thing to save for retirement, but then you have to learn how to invest for retirement. So watch my next videos all about investing so that you can make sure your money is on the right track.